What's up YouTube? I'm Josh Newlin, and today I'm going to share with you my recruiting story and the purpose of my channel. So I play soccer for Shriner University in Kerrville, Texas. It's an NCAA Division III school, and I also study exercise science here. So let's get into how I got here, how I was recruited, my plans and goals going forward with this channel and with myself. So basically, when I was 8, I started playing soccer. When I was 10, I started playing competitively for a local club. When I started playing competitively, I realized I just had a natural gift for the game, and I realized how much I really loved it. I played competitively from when I was 10 till 6th grade, and then 7th grade, like every middle school boy, I wanted to play tackle football, at least every middle school boy in America. So 7th and 8th grade, all I did was play tackle youth football. I didn't play soccer, didn't play any other sports. My focus was just on football. Going into high school, my freshman year, I played freshman football on the team. I was a kicker, but I hated it. I did not like that. I also played cornerback, and that was when I really started getting my physique. I started getting better at just working out, making it consistent. I also played high school soccer that year, and I got JV Defender of the Team, or Defender of the Year, and I had fun. I was playing center back, but only those 3 months of the high school season was when I was really playing soccer, that first year of high school. In the spring, I ran track. I did sprints and ran like the 400 meters a few times, and I absolutely hated it. Yeah. But I did it because I wanted to get more athletic for football. So basically, other than a high school season, which was 2 or 3 months out of the year, my first year of high school, my focus was only on football. Everything I did was to get better at football, to get stronger, to get faster. You know, all the conditioning was based off of football. In my sophomore year, I played on the JV team. They put me at outside linebacker because I was getting a little bit bigger. And I was just getting stronger. I was really getting into fitness and exercise and taking it serious. And then my big goal for the high school soccer season was I wanted to make varsity right off the bat from the first roster, but I didn't. I started on the JV roster. I played center back still. And I did pretty good. And by the end of the season, I actually worked my way up to varsity. I played about 4 or 5 games on varsity, and I got to letter in varsity. And they put me at right back when I played on varsity instead of when I was playing center back with JV. So even though at first I didn't make my goal and I was really disappointed, in the end I still got what I wanted, and in some ways I still accomplished that same goal. So that was encouraging for me. I didn't do, incredibly well on varsity, but just meeting my goal gave me some confidence, and it was really cool to play with varsity, and it felt way faster, and like, oh, these guys actually have a good touch. These guys get me the ball better. It wasn't like it was way too fast for me or scary to play with them. It was that good mix of like a challenge, but I also know I can compete with them and I should be on the team. Then that spring, I ran track again, tried to do hurdles because thought it'd make me more athletic. Still didn't like track. So that spring I quit track, and I remember one of my friends who was playing he basically got moved up to varsity the same time as I did. He played football with me. I was pretty close with him, and he quit football, and he told me, you should join this club, we could play together. It's going well so far. And I was just like, no, man, I'm gonna stick with football. I'm not, like, why would you quit football? I'm not gonna do that. And the first week into summer workouts, I quit. I'm joining club soccer team. I'm just gonna focus on soccer. And that was like one of the biggest decisions in my life. It might not sound so big, but for me it was just huge, of putting all my focus into what I loved most. And I think for too long I ignored my true passion to do what everyone else is doing or what I thought was cool or make me big and strong. So that summer I started training with my local club team, the one that my friend joined and told me about, and I just played a lot of soccer. Should have been doing more drills, more conditioning, technical stuff. But that whole summer, almost every night, I was just going to the park, shooting it, passing it, messing around, trying to learn new tricks that I couldn't do. It was just a lot of fun just playing with my friends, getting back into it, rekindling like my love for the game, my passion for it. And at first I was kind of nervous because it had been 4 years. I took 4 years off of playing any club soccer. So when I got back into it, then I realized, man, this is so much more fun. I'm already getting way better. It's already paying off. And I really knew I wanted to play college soccer. I didn't know what I would do in college if I wasn't playing soccer. So I really started working harder. I was asking for feedback from the coach. And I started off on the B team, like almost everyone does, join a new club. I played wing for club in that fall of my junior year, and I did pretty good. I had a couple goals, couple assists. I think I was definitely one of the better ones on the B team. And around the end of October my junior year, I went to a local ID camp, sort of, except it was free. The coaches invited me. It was a local NAIA in my hometown called Ottawa University in Surprise, Arizona. And they had just opened that year, and it was really fun that weekend. It was so cool that was the first taste I ever got of college soccer, and I loved it. It was fast, no more than 1 or 2 touches, physical. It was everything I loved about soccer, and it was also like my first time on varsity. It wasn't scary, but it was still that right amount of challenge where you're like, oh, yeah, this is what I want to do. It was my style. I had so much fun. I learned a lot that weekend, and I think I also realized even back then, I'm twice as good as I was then, and back then I was like, I can definitely see myself playing this in a year or two. After the camp, I didn't really get any like crazy interest or an offer or anything like that. It was just a great learning experience. And then about the time that was over was when high school season was just about to start. I made varsity. I played decent minutes first half of the season. Second half of the season I started pretty much every game, played full 90, and I did decent. I was pretty good right back. It's athletically, overall I was good. Not anything crazy highlight reel or crazy goals, assists. Anything like that. I was just a solid overall player. Going into the spring, I was still in the B team until the last couple of tournaments for club. I actually went back to defense for club instead of playing wing. Once I got moved up to the A team, I was back to playing outside back. And there wasn't a whole lot that happened as far as college interest or anything like that. And I didn't really know how to put myself out there or how to email right, or, I was looking at different camps. So in the summer before my senior year, I did go to a camp, Exact Soccer West Coast Boys Academic 50 ID camp. It was a great learning experience. There's about 60 college coaches, and that's when I really learned how to talk to them in person, how to email them, how to follow up. I got to do it in person. I got to get coached by actual college coaches. There's so much I learned about the game. I had a lot of fun. We got to compete in a tournament, and it was just so cool. And something that's actually pretty cool is that the coach that coached my tournament team in that camp, I just played against him last weekend. Literally on Saturday night, I played against him. He's the head coach of Johnson and Wales up in Denver. So that's pretty cool to think about, how even though I didn't end up going to any of those schools that were at the camp, still those connections are still there. I also got feedback from an assistant coach at Stanford who actually coached my tournament team there. And he gave me a great review. He gave me 89 out of 100 overall. And he just told me about my weaknesses, my strengths, what I should work on. And that was huge to get that feedback from a coach that it's from Stanford University. And no offers came out of that camp, but it just gave me that opportunity to learn how to communicate with coaches, that was so big because I felt lost on how to do that up until that point. And I just took that and ran with it. Later that summer, I went to an ID camp just for University of Colorado Springs. They're a D2 school. And that was like my dream school. Like, I wanted to go there so bad. I felt like it was so realistic of I could go D2. So I just decided to go. It was like 3 days. It was pretty fun. I thought I played really well overall, but overall it was another good camp. But it was just clear that that school wasn't interested in me. I was emailing them before and after the camp. I talked to the coaches there, but obviously I wasn't on their radar. So it was just another learning opportunity for me to just get better and move on, look for the next school. During the summer, the exact camp was like the second week of June, and the one I went to, the other ID camp, was like the end of July. So between there, I was just doing a lot of more drills, technical work, conditioning, agility work. I was doing more specific stuff than I was the summer before, and I was being more intentional with my practice. And I used the feedback I got from the Stanford assistant coach, which really helped me get a lot better overall as a player. And then in the fall of my senior year, playing club again. Fortunately, didn't get many games. I just had a little bit of film. And I made an NCSA account, and I talked to some of the coaches there, and they helped me set up an account, and it allowed me to message so many coaches. That's when I made a list of about 80 schools, 83 I think to be exact. I just narrowed it down by, do they have my major? Obviously, I need a men's soccer program. And then were they fairly close to home? And basically the states I just picked were Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, and like California. It's fairly close to Arizona. And I just emailed all of them. It was pretty much the same email for most of them, a little bit different, a few sentences or so. But I was just really direct and just straight up said, you still need players for the 2019 class. And I got probably around 20-ish responses out of 83 emails. And out of those, I got 2 straight up no's. I got 10 or so probably maybes, let's see some more film, do you have any tournaments? And then I got maybe 5 or 6 which are like, oh, we're interested in you, can you set up a call? Or a few of them saying we can offer you athletic and academic scholarships. But the big thing wasn't that I was getting rejected, it was just I wasn't getting noticed or listened to. So when a lot of people say you gotta deal with no's, well, a lot of times you gotta deal with just straight up getting ignored. So that was another big learning thing for me, but I just kept going, kept emailing, following up with them. That's how I found my school, as I looked them up, I emailed them, and the coach replied back, he was interested. We had a phone call, another phone call or two. I set up a visit, Thanksgiving break, and just one thing led to another. I ended up signing in February, Shrine University, and I did get an offer from a school in Arizona, in AI. They were just opening the year that I was going to be going into college, so this year is their first year open as a school, and I got the offer for them back in October, I think, of my senior year. And I remember that night when I got my first offer, and it's also my only clear written out offer of we're offering you this amount to this date. But it was just so cool and encouraging. I remember I went to the park that night, played with my friends, and I was like, I'm a college athlete, I can do this. that was when I was really like, this is coming true. And that was a really cool moment. It ended up going there, obviously, but it was just that surge of confidence and that your dream is coming true and all that hard work is coming true. High school season came around. I actually played wing in high school. I did pretty good. I think way better highlight video than my junior year. So it was cool to see just overall how much better I got, even playing a new position. And during that, I was just talking to Shriner University here a lot. There's a couple other schools that I was still talking with them back and forth quite a bit, but Shriner was still the first one in my mind and the first one that seemed the most serious. So remember, I committed the end of January, and that day was just amazing too. I think my dad was more excited than I was, but it was so cool. It came true. I signed on my 18th birthday, and that was like right after high school season ended, February 6th. And I wanted to sign a little bit sort of early because I wanted to just have that stress off me for the rest of the year, and it helped. The rest of the year was just soccer, thinking about the future, making sure my grades were still good, but it was just nice to have that off my shoulders, and my dream came true. In the spring, unfortunately for club, we barely played any games, maybe one or two, but I had already committed, I already signed, there was nothing to really worry about. And I just kept practicing. This last summer I was getting in insane shape, lifting 5 days a week, conditioning 4 or 5 days a week, practicing 6 days a week. And I moved in here around early August. We started preseason. In the first 6 or so games of the season, I only played about 2 or 3 of them. I didn't start. And then the last about 10 games or so, I've been starting, getting good minutes. And as of right now, if we win both of our games this weekend, we make it to our conference tournament. So that's pretty much my recruiting process and story up until now. As for the purpose of the channel, I just want to share what I know about soccer and fitness and share my experience, my knowledge, so you can expect some day in the life videos, some training videos, videos of different workouts and exercises, what to eat, my routine, things like that. And also every once in a while I'll probably do Q&A videos, update videos about myself and what's going on, but I mostly just want to share what I know. Right now I'm getting my major in exercise science. I'm on the fitness and wellness track, and I want to be a strength and conditioning coach. First, I would want to be a pro soccer player. I also want to be a strength and conditioning coach at some point. So this channel is kind of my way of sharing what I know. As for how often I'm gonna upload, I want to aim for about 1 a week. Might be sometimes where I fall off of that mark, but we're just about to enter off season, so that'll give me more time to edit and make higher quality videos more often. And I'll be making a lot of off season training videos and have more time to post and upload. And right now I actually have my next 3 videos pretty much totally filmed and recorded. I just have to put a voiceover on it, and my next video is going to be a 10-minute bodyweight ab workout video. No equipment needed, just yourself and a little bit of space.
That's why.
Then my third video is going to be 5 of my favorite drills to improve your touch in soccer, improve your overall ball control. And And then I also have footage from our trip to Colorado last weekend of our games and just our schedule. And I'll be a day in the life, except it's more of 5 days in the life about our trip and our away games. So thank you all for watching. That's my recruiting process and also the purpose of my channel. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and be on the lookout for more to come. Hit the bell to get notifications on so you'll be notified right when I post a new video.